let's talk about the periodic table. The periodic table is made up of elements, as we have seen, and each element is made up of unique atoms that are only particular for that element alone. And the atoms in each element are made up of protons, electrons, and neutrons. Now, the most important thing that you need to know is the number of protons defines that element. So the number of protons, which we will be given as Z, determines the number of protons. It determines the identity of that element. So you will see this number on the top here of each symbol number. So you cannot change the number of protons without changing the identity of that element. So if I had, in lithium, if I have 3 protons, if I add one more proton to it, it'll become beryllium, which has the atomic number 4. So your Z is your number of protons, and it is known as your atomic number. You absolutely cannot change the number of protons. They are very unique. We will see later that you can change the number of electrons, and it will still maintain, or that element will still maintain its identity. You can actually change the number of neutrons, and you'll still have that same element, but you cannot change the number of protons. Now, as far as memorizing the chemical symbols and the names, for the most part, I'd like to get familiar with most of the organic or the periodic table. So we're gonna say all of this column here, all of these, and these. You don't have to worry about this last column here, so you don't have to know that one. But for the most part, let's say for the lanthanide series down here, you won't delve too much into this in Gen Chem, but we're just going to know uranium and plutonium because they are essential for radiochemistry. So you'll hear those a lot. Otherwise, know all of these. So you're basically going to memorize the whole table except for the last row here. And for most of the lanthanide, the only thing that you need to know from here is uranium and plutonium. So let's do an example, and to make ourselves familiar with the periodic table and we're doing an example to list the atomic symbol and the atomic number for each element. So for silicon, silicon has the chemical symbol Si, okay? And when we look it up in the periodic table, we found that it's number 14. So Z is number 14, and that is our atomic number. So it means it has 14 protons. Okay? Potassium has the chemical symbol K, and it has on the periodic table Z number of 19. So that's its atomic number, and that's saying there's 19 protons in potassium. In gold, we have the chemical symbol Au, and on the periodic table it has a Z number of 79. So that's its atomic number, or the number of protons. Antimony has chemical symbol Sb, has Z number of 51, which is its atomic number. and its number of protons. So 51 protons are in the atoms of antimony. Okay, now let us, you go ahead and you try this on your own, and we're going to go the reverse this time. So we're given the chemical symbol, so we want to figure out the name from the chemical symbol, and we also want to figure out its atomic number. So Na is sodium, and we find that its atomic number is 11. And nickel is, or Ni is nickel, and it has a Z number of 28. So it has 28 protons. Its atomic number is 28. Then we have P, and P is for phosphorus. And phosphorus has atomic number of 15. Now, don't confuse P and think it's potassium. K is for potassium. P is for phosphorus. And then Ta is tantalum. And it has a Z value or atomic number of 73.